Hello, welcome to La Excellence. In our ecology and environment series, we have recorded two videos, one on national parks, second one on Ramsar wetlands. This is our third video that is on biosphere reserves in India. We have overall 18 biosphere reserves. So let us discuss about those 18 reserves and the important points with regard to them. First of all, let us discuss the definition of biosphere reserve and various biosphere reserves that are declared in India. Biosphere reserve as a concept, it is a protected area. It is a protected area as a concept. It is proposed under UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Under that, there is a program called Man and Biosphere Program. Under this program, there is this protected area whose goal is threefold. That is, one, for the conservation of the genetic resources, species, and the ecosystem of that area. Second one, to conduct the scientific research and to monitor for the scientific study purpose. Third one, very important, this is for the sustainable development of the communities living in that area. In general, other protected areas such as wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, marine parks, these are for the conservation of wildlife and the environment. But this one, biosphere reserve, is a holistic concept. This is for, yes, biodiversity conservation. There are other purposes which includes the development of the local communities in that area. So this is the list of biosphere reserves in India. Coal Desert Biosphere Reserve, Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve, Run of Kutch. We are going to discuss about each of them in detail. Whatever points are important, we are going to discuss about them. This is the map of biosphere reserves in India. As of now, total we have 18 biosphere reserves. Now, let's understand a little bit over Man and Biosphere Program. This was launched in 1971 under UNESCO's this particular program. As we said, there are three functions. One is conservation, second one economic and social development of the communities, third one academic research. Each biosphere is divided into three zones. One, the interior region or the which is called as core zone, second one buffer zone, third one transition zone. In the core zone, high protection is provided. Buffer zone, transition zone is the zone which connects the interior of the biosphere reserve to the other areas. Three zones, highest protection will be available for the core areas, after that to the buffer areas, after that to the transition areas, right? Now this is the comparative chart of National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary and Biosphere Reserve. If we observe this one, Biosphere Reserve, it is ecosystem oriented protection method proposed under this program. Greater degree of protection, no interference except in the buffer and core zone, buffer and transition zones. In the core zone, no interference at all. Clearly it is delineated by the legislation. The boundaries are delineated by the legislation. National parks, wildlife sanctuaries, they can together be grouped under Biosphere Reserve, and it provides IUCN Category 5 protection. For example, these two, national parks and wildlife sanctuaries, you have to read about these two also. We already discussed about national parks and we have recorded on the important national parks. Please go through that once. Now, as we said, this is the Biosphere Reserve map of India. Let's start with one by one. Let's start with Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. This is India's first biosphere reserve. Important. Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Let me tell you one thing. Before watching this video, please go through the previous ones. That is national parks and Ramsar wetlands. Because if you read Ramsar wetlands and national parks, especially national parks around India, it becomes very easy to locate the biosphere reserves, because biosphere reserves are often congregates of the national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. So if we know the location, for example, if we know where Nagarhole National Park is located, where Bandipur National Park is located, if we know these locations, it becomes very easy to understand biosphere reserves, right? If you are watching this without watching those two videos, try to watch at least national park video. After that, come back to this. Right. First one is Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, which is distributed in 3 states. One Tamil Nadu, second one Karnataka, third one Kerala. This is India's first biosphere reserve. It has Afro-tropical and Indo-Malayan biotic zones. That means there are various types of forest regions that are located. This particular biosphere reserve consists of Nagarhole National Park, Bandipur National Park, Mudumalai Tiger Reserve, Mukurti National Park, Silent Valley National Park, Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary, and other biosphere reserve area. That means apart from these protected areas, some other areas are also designated as part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. It's a huge one, right? It includes evergreen forests, semi-evergreen forests, moist deciduous forests, shola forests. Important. Mukurti National Park is famous for shola forests. Animals like Nilgiri tar, Nilgiri langurs, slender loris, black buck, tigers, gaurs, Indian elephants. These are we can see these in this particular biosphere reserve. Tribal groups like Todas, Kotas, Irulas, Kurumbas, very important. They can ask this as a question. Which of the following tribal group is located in Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve? Especially Toda is important. Kotas are important. Irula, very important. These three tribes, they have a relation. These three tribal groups, they have a traditional relation. That's why these three tribal groups are important, right? Next one is our Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve is located in our Uttarakhand. This consists of 2 zones. One is Silent Valley National Park. Second one is Nanda Devi National Park. That means Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve is a combination of Silent Valley National Park, Nanda Devi National Park, and then the boundary area, and then the other areas nearby it. This biosphere reserve includes the Evam Shoyam forest, Panchayat forest, agricultural lands, meadows, snow-covered forest. This is one of the highest biodiversity areas we can see. Then it's inscribed in 1988. It is home to 7 endangered mammal species, including snow leopard, Himalayan black bear, which is considered one of the highest carnivores in the Himalayan region, brown bear, musk deer, blue sheep, very important. Blue sheep is found in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. This Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve is famous for blue sheep. Communities, especially Indo-Mongoloid community, Bhotia is the name of the community. So Bhotia community is located in this particular area, and then other areas, other tribal groups like those who migrate seasonally. Especially there are certain mountain reaches in this. We call them as Bugyals. To these Bugyal regions, in the rainy season and winter season, they migrate, and then they come back to the valley regions in summers. That's how many tribal groups live in these particular hilly areas. There are more than 312 floral species and 17 rare species found especially in the Valley of Flowers region. Fir, birch, rhododendrons, juniper, these are the main trees that we can find in these areas. If you observe this area, there are many rivers that flow through this particular one, right? Girganga, many rivers, Girinar, core zone of this one, through this particular Badrinath. Badrinath is one of the pilgrimage places over here. There are many zones, many rivers that flow through this particular biosphere reserve. River Alkananda flow through this particular one, right? Next important biosphere reserve is Nokrek. Nokrek Biosphere Reserve, it is a national park also. Nokrek is located in the state of Meghalaya in the Garo Hills. Nokrek Ridge, we call it as Nokrek Ridge area. The entire area of mountainous region, Nokrek Peak, is declared as Nokrek Biosphere Reserve. It consists of tropical climate, monsoon rainfall, and this particular Meghalaya state receives one of the highest rainfalls in the world. Highly vulnerable species in Nokrek region includes slow loris and giant flying squirrel. This is important. Nokrek giant flying squirrels, pig-tailed macaques. These are some of the species found over here. 90% of Nokrek Biosphere Reserve is covered by the evergreen forests. Evergreen forests. Some of the patches have bamboo forests. Very important. And endemic citrus sap trees are located in this particular Nokrek Biosphere Reserve. Nokrek Biosphere Reserve consists of Nokrek National Park and the surrounding areas. Next one, Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve. It's located in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. While discussing about National Park, we have discussed about Galathea Bay National Park, Campbell Bay National Park. Very important locations we have discussed while discussing about the national parks. Right? Galathea, Campbell National Parks. Now, this Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve, it consists of larger area of almost entire Great Nicobar Islands. It is home to two most primitive tribes which are called Nicobarese tribe and Shompen tribe. These two are declared as primitive tribal groups, PVTGs. We call them as particularly vulnerable tribal groups. This is the official name. Primitive, earlier we used to use this word, but now we call these tribes as particularly vulnerable tribal groups. This region consists of tropical wet evergreen forests, mountain ranges, coastal plains. These are some of the geographical features of this area. This particular island group, that is Great Nicobar Island group, it has very good coral reefs, especially barrier reefs near this particular region. Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve, it's been declared as one of the world's network of biosphere reserves by the UNESCO. Sundalands, important Sundaland. Sundaland is part of Indonesia and all. Sundalands, which is one of the biodiversity hotspots in India, includes Nicobarese group of islands. Sundaland includes Sunda Islands of Sunda Islands of Indonesia. Sundaland also includes this particular Nicobarese island, which is part of this Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve. Next biosphere reserve is Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve. Gulf of Mannar Marine National Park is there. 21 group of islands are grouped under this. Anyway, Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve. This one is Biosphere Reserve. Gulf of Mannar it has three distinct coastal ecosystems. 1. Coral reefs. 2. Seagrass that floats over the water. And then mangroves. 3 different types of coastal ecosystems are part of this Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve. It is an important habitat for many marine mammals, including dugongs, sea turtles, etc. It is also famous for mollusks, various types of fishes, turtles, etc. In general, these islands, especially local people, we call them as Marakiars. Marakiars, these are the local inhabitants. They are mainly engaged in the fishing. These areas, Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve and these areas, they are experiencing threats in the recent years due to agricultural runoffs and increasing sea salinity, etc. Now, mangroves in this region, they dominate the intertidal zones of this biosphere reserve zone. If you observe, this entire zone is declared as Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve. Pamban Island, Pamban Pass is there, Pamban Island, Rameshwaram Island. All these areas are part of this one. Very important. Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve, Tamil Nadu. Next important biosphere reserve is Manas Biosphere Reserve. Manas Wildlife Sanctuary, Manas Tiger Reserve, Manas National Park, and this one is Manas Biosphere Reserve. Manas Biosphere Reserve is included. It is the first reserve that's included under Project Tiger. It's declared as World Heritage Site. It is famous for rare and endangered Assam roof turtles, hispid hares, golden langur, very important, golden langur, and pygmy hawk. It is also famous for wild water buffalo, one-horned rhino. This one, Kaziranga National Park, is important for one-horned rhino and wild water buffalo. This one, the Manas Wildlife Sanctuary, Manas Biosphere Reserve, Manas Tiger Reserve, Manas National Park, this entire region, it's a vast region. This region is also famous for wild water buffalo and one-horned rhino. It includes ranges of forested hills, alluvial grasslands, tropical evergreen forests. Because of this diversity of regions are there. That's why diverse species are located over here. Manas River, Beki River, they both originate from this particular region. They both flow through this particular region and they join Brahmaputra River. Brahmaputra River. Parang is the only forest village which is located in the Manas National Park, core zone of Manas National Park. Pargrang is the village name. Next one, it is contiguous with the Royal Manas National Park in Bhutan. On this side, we have Bhutan. In this side also, Bhutan declared this area as Royal Manas National Park. So this is contiguous to this particular zone, Manas Biosphere Reserve. Next one, Sundarban Biosphere Reserve, important in West Bengal, Sundarban region. It's formed Sundarban Delta. It's one of the world's largest deltas and one of the home for largest mangrove forests in the world. There are more than 420 bird species, buffy fishy owl, musk foot species, etc. Indian Sundarbans. We have Sundarbans located in two areas, Indian Sundarbans, Bangladesh Sundarbans. In Indian Sundarbans, it is bound in the west by Muriganga River, in the east by Harinbaga and Raimangal rivers. And it is home to many types of species, kingfisher species found in this particular region. It is one of the World Heritage Sites and the Ramsar sites. And it has one of the critically endangered species called river terrapin, which is also called as Batagaur Baska. And then there are endangered species such as Irrawaddy dolphins, and then vulnerable fishing cats. So these are located in this particular Sundarban area. Sundari trees, based upon that name, we call this area as Sundarban area. Sundaris are mangrove trees. Again, Sundarban region is declared as a national park, biosphere reserve, tiger zone and Ramsar wetland. This region is famous for biodiversity. Next biosphere reserve is Shimli-Pal Biosphere Reserve located in Odisha. Shimli-Pal, that's national park, wildlife sanctuary, these two zones and then some other parts. These three are combinedly called as Shimli-Pal Biosphere Reserve. It's formally designated as Tiger Reserve in 1956 and then brought under Project Tiger in 1973. It's UNESCO's World Heritage Site. It is home for 1000 plus flowering species and 96 species of orchids. It has semi-evergreen forests, tropical moist deciduous forests, dry deciduous forests and high-level sal forests are located in this area. Two very important tribes live in this particular area. One is Eringa Kharias and Mankindriyas. Very important. They are living in the reserve forest in this particular Shimli-Pal area. Shimli-Pal is again home for various types of wild animals including tigers and elephant species. Shimli-Pal, very important. Shimli-Pal region. Next one, Dibru-Shikowa Biosphere Reserve, important one. Dibru-Shikowa Biosphere Reserve. This Dibru-Shikowa Biosphere Reserve is located at this place, at this confluence of Brahmaputra and Lohit River. Brahmaputra and Lohit River, at this particular confluence we have this one. It comprises semi-evergreen forests, swamp forests, deciduous forests, wet evergreen forests. So see, this is one of the highly biodiverse areas. It is identified as important bird area in India. It is one of the largest swamp forests in the northeastern India. Because of this Brahmaputra and this Lohit river, because of these backwaters, we consider it as one of the largest swamp forests in the northeastern India. Many mammal species are found over here, including tigers, elephants, leopards, jungle cats, squirrels, gangetic dolphins, etc. So this Maguri Motapung wetland is part of this Dibru Shikowa National Park. Important national park is there, and then it is also declared as Biosphere Reserve. Next one, Dihang Dibang Biosphere Reserve. Important, it's located in Arunachal Pradesh. Dihang and Dibang both are rivers. They form the Brahmaputra river. Dihang Dibang rivers, and then the national park is located over this particular place. See Dibang and Dibang Valley, Dibang River, this one lower Dibang Valley. So this region consists of, this entire region is part of this particular biosphere reserve. It includes a steep terrain because this river flows through the mountains, and then it includes steep terrain, subtropical forests, alpine meadows, grasslands, bamboos, etc. Rhododendrons, important rhododendrons in the northeastern states, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. These two places, they boast huge scale rhododendron forests. So if we see the fauna of this particular region, leopards, clouded leopard, red panda, important red panda, musk deer, bison, red fox, Indian wild dog, these all can be seen in this particular region. This is one of the world's biodiversity hotspots. About 195 species are located, bird species are located in this region. This biosphere reserve, it provides home for many types of plants, rich species of this particular region. Dihang Biosphere Reserve, Arunachal Pradesh, important. Both are rivers, tributaries of Brahmaputra. Next one, Pachamari Biosphere Reserve. Very important, Pachamari Biosphere Reserve is located in Madhya Pradesh. Pachamari Sanctuary, Satpura National Park, Bori Sanctuary, Tawa Reservoir, all these combinedly form this particular biosphere reserve in Madhya Pradesh. Pachamari comprises of 3 protected zones: Bori Sanctuary, Satpura National Park, Pachamari Sanctuary. This is also known as Pachamari Sanctuary is also known as Satpura Tiger Reserve. It is also known as Queen of Satpura. Satpura Mountains, Queen of Satpura. It is characterized by Gond tribes. Gond tribes in the central Indian region. Gond tribes in this entire biosphere reserve region, 50 to 90% of people living in this biosphere reserve are Gond tribe only. There are variety of birds that are found over here. Black eagles, Malabar pied hornbills, Malabar whistling thrush, crested serpent, eagles. There are many types of species found over here. The forests, Pachamari Biosphere Reserve, and the forests are dominated by teak trees, and they have sal trees also. Tigers, leopards, bears, deer, sambar deer, rhesus macaques, these are all found over here. Pachamari Biosphere Reserve, important. Pachamari region. Next one, Kanchenjunga Biosphere Reserve. It's located in Sikkim region. Kanchenjunga, very important. There's national park also over here. Kanchenjunga. Mount Kanchenjunga, it's the 3rd highest peak in the world. UNESCO declared it as a mixed World Heritage Site. This biosphere reserve is declared as mixed World Heritage Site. Most popular species found over here include Himalayan thar, snow leopard, clouded leopard, golden cat, leopard cat. There are many species. It includes a range of ecoclines. Ecoclines means, as this is a mountain region, cline means transition zone. This region consists of temperate, semi-evergreen and temperate forests. As we move up, we can see alpine forests. So here, tundra kind of climate we can experience. That's why, right? Tropic to Arctic. We can, from the foothills, if we go up, we can experience tropic to Arctic climates. That's why there's huge biodiversity in this region. Epiphytes, lineas, they are found over here. A Lepcha tribe, very important. Sikkim is famous for Lepcha tribe. Inside this biosphere reserve, Lepcha tribal settlements are there. This biosphere reserve and national park in it, they consist of Tolong Monastery, very important. Tolong Monastery, Gompa. Gompa means a kind of sacred place for Buddhists. Gompa is located in the buffer zone. It's considered one of the sacred monasteries in Sikkim. Tolong Monastery, very, very important. Tolong Monastery, Kanchenjunga Biosphere Reserve region. Next one, Agastyamalai Biosphere Reserve. Agastyamalai Biosphere Reserve is located in two states. One is in Kerala, second one is in Tamil Nadu. In the southernmost tip, we have this Agastyamalai Biosphere Reserve. It is home to Kanikaran tribe. Very, very important. Kanikaran tribe, one of the oldest surviving ancient tribes of the world itself. Anaimudi is the highest peak in this particular region. This Agastyamalai Biosphere Reserve, it includes Indian ecoregions, evergreen forests, southwestern Ghats, moist deciduous forests, and then Shola forests. It consists of many sanctuaries including Neyyar Wildlife Sanctuary, Kalakkad, a tiger reserve, right? Many Shendurni Wildlife Sanctuary. Many sanctuaries are part of this particular one. Very important, southernmost biosphere reserve in the Indian mainland is Agastyamalai Biosphere Reserve. Otherwise, if you see, it's a Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve would be our southernmost biosphere reserves. If you consider mainland India, this is going to be the southernmost biosphere reserve. Next one, Achanamkar Amarkantak Biosphere Reserve. This is again located in two states. One is in Chhattisgarh, other one is in MP. MP is divided. This one is Achanamkar Amarkantak Biosphere Reserve. There is a plateau, Amarkantak Plateau, which is the home for many rivers in the central Indian region. Anyway, so Amarkantak Plateau is there. Bauxite mining, bauxite rocks are famous over here. It's one of the major watershed region in the peninsular India. Maikala Hill Ranges, Vindhya Satpura, they lies within this particular Achanamkar Amarkantak Biosphere Reserve. It consists of tropical moist deciduous forests. 63% of area is covered by tropical moist deciduous forests. It is home to 67 threatened fauna means tree species, and then many species are there, including four-horned antelopes, sarus cranes, Asian white-backed vultures, etc. Many tribal communities live in this particular biosphere reserve, Gonds, and then their sub-tribes like Madhya, Mudia, Gurva, Agaria, Rajgons. Other tribes include Baigas, very, very important. In Chhattisgarh, this tribe is very important. Baigas, Kol, Konvar, Pradhans, these are all tribes. These tribes, they distribute over this particular biosphere reserve. It's a combined biosphere reserve of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. Next one, Kutch Biosphere Reserve. Kutch region, northern region of Gujarat. Kutch Biosphere Reserve, it's largest biosphere reserve in India. It's the largest biosphere reserve in India area-wise. Kutch Biosphere Reserve mainly consists of two major ecosystems. One, Great Run of Kutch. Two, Little Run of Kutch. So this is Great Run of Kutch. This is Little Run of Kutch. And this particular biosphere reserve covers finest grasslands in Asia. We call them as bunny grasslands. Very important. Kutch Peninsula is home for bunny grasslands. That's why in this region we have this critically endangered species. What is that? Gib, Great Indian Bustard. This Run of Kutch region comprises examples for Holocene sedimentation. There are 42 islands nearby, right? 15 by overall by 2018, 15 biosphere reserves were declared. Now we have 18. By 2008, 15 were there. This is one of the part of it. Here, wild ass, one of the endangered animal, is found only in this particular place. Wild ass is found in this particular biosphere reserve. Major fauna includes various types of corals, coral leeches, fishes, dolphins. So in this coastal area we can find Gujarat, Kutch Biosphere Reserve, largest biosphere reserve in India. Next one, Cold Desert Biosphere Reserve, important, Himachal Pradesh. Cold Desert Biosphere Reserve. This is located near to the Himalayan mountains in the rain shadow adjacent to Himalayas and rain shadow zones of Himalayan zone, rain shadow zones. It is stretched along the western Himalayas. Cold desert is noted for snow leopards. It consists of Pin Valley National Park, very important, Pin Valley National Park, Khyber Wildlife Sanctuary, Sarchu, Chandartal, these are all places of it, important. So many wildlife protected areas are there. Combinedly this one, Cold Desert Biosphere Reserve, Himachal Pradesh. This is famous for snow leopard conservation. Other than that, we can find Himalayan black bear, Himalayan blue sheep, Himalayan ibex, snow pigeon, Tibetan gazelle, woolly hares, red fox. These are other species that are found in this region. Cold Desert Biosphere Reserve. Next one, Seshachalam Biosphere Reserve. Seshachalam Biosphere Reserve, located in Andhra Pradesh, Seshachalam Hills, first biosphere reserve in AP. This is home to more than 1,000 species, especially flowering plants. This reserve has red sandalwood, very important, red sandalwood, which is used in medicine, soap making, spiritual rituals, etc. This consists of endangered wildlife species include slender loris, Indian giant squirrels, golden geckos, etc. So out of 18 biosphere reserve, this one is the 11th one. This one is there are overall 18 biosphere reserves in India. Out of them, 11 are included under Man and Biosphere program. India declares certain areas as biosphere reserves. UNESCO declares a particular area as World Network of Biosphere Reserve. There are 11 and this is one of it. By the way, Seshachalam Hills are part of Eastern Ghats. Important. Eastern Ghats, one of the biodiversity hotspot regions, Eastern Ghats region. Next issue is Panna Biosphere Reserve, very important because of this Ken-Betwa River interlinking project. This is Ken River, this is Betwa River, Ken-Betwa interlinking project. So this region is Panna Biosphere Reserve. Ken River is one of the least polluted tributaries of Yamuna River, least polluted rivers. Now it's proposed for interlinking. Panna Biosphere Reserve, it falls under Deccan Peninsula, Central Highlands region. This region is famous for Panna diamond mining. Panna is famous for diamond mining. It's included under Man and Biosphere Reserve program last year only, that is 2020. Panna Tiger Reserve is situated in Vindhya mountain ranges. Vindhya mountain ranges. Tigers, leopards, cheetal, chinkara, nilgai, sambar. These are some of the species found over here. This is the recent one that's included under Man and Biosphere program. Right? These are 18 biosphere reserves that we have in India. Right? That's about the biosphere reserves in India. This is important. Sometimes they will ask simple questions like match the following questions from this topic. Sometimes they might give a particular biosphere reserve, let's say Kutch Biosphere Reserve, and they will give 2-3 statements and they ask us to identify either correct or incorrect statements. So there are two possible questions that can be asked. One, just the state name and the area, or characteristics of Biosphere Reserve. Two possible questions from this particular area. PDF of this file is provided in the description box. Please check that once. All the very best. Thank you very much.